I'm Ryan from Prima, and these are the best automatic coffee makers of 2025. We've spent countless hours testing and comparing the latest models to bring you the top picks that will elevate your coffee game. Whether you're a casual coffee drinker or a true aficionado, these machines combine cutting-edge technology, sleek designs, and unbeatable convenience to deliver a perfect cup every time. And you can find all of these in the links below at primacoffee.com. So let's dive into the best automatic coffee makers of 2025. First, let's talk about Technivorm. Technivorm is a household name among coffee lovers, known for its classic retro-styled brewers that are as simple as they are reliable. Backed by a 5-year warranty, these machines have set the standard for other premium coffee makers, giving customers peace of mind and long-lasting performance. First up in the Technivorm family is the Cup-One. This is a tiny little 10-ounce coffee brewer meant for just single cups. It does not include a carafe. You need to provide your own mug, like this one. It requires a Melita #1 basket. Melita filters are great. They're super cheap. You can find them in any grocery store. All the Technivorms use them, either a #1 or #2. So I want to talk a little bit about how this operates internally, because it applies to everything we're going to talk about afterwards. This is classified as a thermosiphon, right? So what's happening is the brewer is superheating water, and the pressure created from that is dictating the flow, right? So it's moving water up the tube, out the shower head, just through the creation of heat and pressure. The implication here is that in the very beginning, you're getting water that's a little bit cold, and by the end, you get water that's superheated. So it's actually very different than the operation of some other machines we're going to talk about today, which include pumps. Thermosiphoning technology is really inexpensive. Most coffee makers out there include that, and that's, I think, primarily why it's used. It's just an easy way to approach a coffee maker. Is it better or worse? I wouldn't say necessarily, but it is less consistent in terms of temperature. It is less consistent in terms of flow. And so you are going to get some different types of flavors than you will with some of the pump machines we're going to talk about today. All right, so last thing about the Cup-One, one-touch operation, on, off. That's it. There is no other controls here. It is as simple as it can be. You just simply load the water that you want, load the coffee that you want, and press the button. Next up, we have the Technivorm KB. Now, this is a 40-ounce brewer, which really is kind of the standard capacity for most everything we're going to talk about today. That's also known as 1.2 liters, or about 8 cups. So the KB is unique in a couple ways. First of all, it has a glass carafe with a heating plate and a selector switch that lets you select a temperature profile for the plate based on how much coffee you're brewing. If you've brewed a half pot, you can select a lower temperature, or a full pot, you can select a higher temperature and basically just keep that coffee hotter relative to its volume, which is great. Other thing with this one is in the basket, there is a valve for half flow, full flow, and completely off. This is nice because when you pick up the basket to remove it and throw away your grounds, you can stop the flow, you can stop any dripping from happening. But it's also cool if you want to experiment with pre-infusion, where you're adding water in a bloom phase before extraction begins to kind of let the grounds fully saturate and to allow CO2 to escape. That's one option. You can also select a half flow option. So if you're limited by maybe pre-ground coffee that is ground too coarse, that would cause your brew to be too fast, you could set the selector to half flow and kind of slow down that brew in the same way that fining up your grind would do. That's nice. Like the Cup-One, the KB does include thermosiphon technology. It does have the same sort of shower head style, except this one has multiple holes, so it has a little bit better coverage of the bed. It's not just a single stream like the Cup-One, all right? That's the KB. Next up is the KBT from Technivorm. Now this is just like the KB we just looked at, but it does have a thermal carafe, hence the T in the name. The implication here is that the carafe is going to be doing the work of keeping your coffee hot. There's no heating plate. There's no temperature selector switch, okay? This is just an on-off operation. This is a 40 ounce, 1.2 liter capacity brewer, which again is pretty much the standard. Inside of this big old carafe is a glass lining, borosilicate glass to be exact. It is slightly temperature resistant, but you don't want to swing between hot and cold with these types of carafes because they can shatter. So be careful with these. If you're dumping out hot coffee and then rinsing it out, just use hot water to do that. It requires a Melita number 2 or number 4 filter, and it uses traditional thermosiphoning technology. Now, this does have a slightly different shower head than the single cup, just like the KB. You get that better coverage with multiple holes. And then it also has the same flow selector switch on the basket, which lets you shut flow off completely, turn it to a halfway setting or full flow. That's just about it for the KBT. This one comes in black, silver, and other colors as well, and you can check those out on our website. Last up in the Technivorm family is the KBGV. Now this one's probably their most advanced brewer, probably also my favorite brewer in the bunch. Has some interesting features that set it apart. It does have thermosiphon technology, same shower head as the KBT, 40 ounce capacity, everything we already know. The differences here are the selector switch. Now this switch does not only control the temperature of the heating plate for half and full pot settings, it also changes the flow rate. When you're brewing a single cup or maybe a half pot, it's advantageous to slow the water down. So you're getting more contact time with the grounds because you're just using less water and it takes less time at a normal flow rate to pump through that water. When you're brewing a full pot, select the full pot setting and it will increase the flow rate of that water to prevent it from going too long. So that's a nice feature to kind of optimize your extractions based on batch size. The basket is a little different in this model too. So instead of having a selector or a valve rather that shuts off, has a halfway setting and a full setting, this is an automatic spring-loaded valve. So as soon as you pick this up, it's gonna shut it off. And the only purpose here is really to just prevent dripping when you're throwing the coffee away after it's spent. This isn't meant to aid in any pre-infusion or anything like that, okay? So that's the KBGV. Before we move on to the next brand, there are a couple disadvantages I want to touch on with the Technivorm family. This is a best of video, so it is going to be infused with some of my opinions, and I want to give you a couple of those. There are two flaws with Technivorm brewers, I think. One of those is the distribution of water over the bed of coffee, okay? It is because of this shower head that really only the center of the filter basket is being saturated, and a lot of grounds on the outer edges are being left high and dry. Is that detrimental to coffee? No, but it does change the flavor. Some of these flat bottom brewers that we're going to talk about today saturate edge to edge and create a much more even extraction and a different flavor profile. What you get with this is sort of a mixture of high extracted flavors, like maybe some high sweetness and some bitterness in the middle. On the outer edges, because the coffee's not getting saturated, you get some more acidic, maybe some vegetal flavors kind of converging together to create what could be considered a more imbalanced flavor profile than some of the other brewers we're going to talk about today. Now, that's not an issue for a lot of people, and like I said, it's really not detrimental. It's just something to keep in mind. It is a unique flavor profile because of the way these distribute water. The second thing I want to talk about is the amount of pieces that these come in. When you move these, they kind of fall apart like a house of cards because they come in about 10 different pieces, especially the KBT, right? So you've got this filter basket, you've got 2 different lids for the carafe. There's this plate underneath that always comes loose when you're moving the brewer, the lid, the shower head. So really, I think best practice with these sorts of brewers is to keep them in a place where they're not going to move very often. This isn't the type of brewer where you're pulling it out from underneath a cabinet every single day and filling it up with water and putting it back. You're gonna get frustrated with all of these parts that are gonna come loose and have to be kind of forced back into place, all right? So just a couple minor grievances, nothing huge. These still are fantastic brewers, but I do want to kind of get that out of the way. For the second half of this journey, we're going to be looking at some more modern coffee makers. And the first one I want to look at is the Ratio 4. This is a very unique brewer, also one of the newest brewers in our lineup today. Inside of this brewer is a water pump. Like I mentioned earlier, there is no thermosiphon technology here, and that allows this to have a completely external water reservoir connected by a water line. So you can pick up this plastic cup, fill it up at the sink, or put it on your scale and measure out a precise amount of water and then pop it back on. Okay, it takes away the space that would normally be occupied by a giant reservoir, really just sort of slimming this brewer down and making it easier to fit in tight spaces. So because it has a pump, you're inherently just going to get more consistent flow rate, in fact, completely constant flow rate. You're also going to get much more stable temperature. It's not going to be starting cold and ending super hot. It's going to be the same for every single pulse cycle. All right, so up front, we have a flat bottom basket, and that's different than the Technivorms. A flat bottom basket creates a slightly different flavor profile than a cone shape. I'm not going to get into that too much today. It is something to consider. It's a minor difference. Now, Melita 8 to 12 cup filters are also available in the grocery store. Easy to find, very cheap. You don't need to order them online. So this basket can be placed up here on the rails for basically the hottest possible temperature. You're going to get coffee that's over 200 degrees if you do that. What's interesting about this is if you take it off and you just put it onto the carafe, okay, you're creating space between the shower head and the basket, which will just lower that water temperature by a few degrees, maybe 3, 4, or 5 degrees, depending on the ambient conditions. And that's going to affect your extraction. Maybe you're dealing with a coffee like a natural processed coffee that just kind of requires a more gentle approach. Maybe I would drop the basket down to the carafe, lower the temperature a bit, and go a little easier on it. That's kind of a nice sort of analog option to control temperature that other brewers don't have. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is this button up here. When you press this button one time, ratio 4 is going to launch into a 60-gram bloom, followed by some pulse pours for about 2 minutes, and then it's going to finish with continuous flow to the end of the brew. If you press it just one time instead of holding it down for 3 seconds, it's going to launch into a 100-gram bloom, which is more ideal for, say, full batches, followed by the same sequence of pulse pours and continuous pouring afterwards. So you do get a little bit of customization there in terms of pre-infusion amount, and then also, to an extent, the water temperature being used here. So that's a very interesting brewer. I quite like it. Every cup I've had from this has been extremely evenly extracted, very clean. I really don't have any complaints about this brewer, which is kind of rare. Next up in the ratio family is the ratio 6. This has been around for some years. This is different than the ratio 4 in a few ways, namely the capacity. 1.2 liters, 40 ounces, not a single cup brewer. The body, instead of being made from plastic, is a formed stainless steel. It just has a more quality feel to it. It is a more substantial brewer overall. It has a very quality thermal carafe. The carafe does drip a bit. It's not my favorite carafe, but it's okay. Has an 8 to 12 cup Melita plastic basket. Inside of the brewer are some borosilicate glass water lines. I think they wanted to prevent as much hot water as possible from touching plastic. The reservoir is made of plastic. The brew basket is still made of plastic. You're not eliminating plastic completely in this brewer, but if that is a concern for you, this is probably the least amount of plastic that you can get in our catalog. Up front is the same control for brewing, just a one-touch operation to begin, an automated pre-infusion, full infusion, and then it'll stop on its own, okay? Ratio 6, in terms of things I don't like about it, you know, this silicone sleeve that sort of, or heat shield rather, that sort of minimizes that air gap between the shower head and the basket, does kind of flick water back at you when you pull it out. Kind of minor, not a huge deal. Overall, the coffee that you get from this is just like the ratio 4, basically the same shower head, same coverage of the bed, very even extractions, very, very hot brewer. So you're gonna get cups of coffee that are over 200 degrees. So that's the ratio 6. Overall, a really good choice. This is Aiden, probably the most anticipated release in the whole specialty coffee industry of 2024, which is a pretty big deal. This thing is 3-in-1. It's a batch brewer, it's an automated pour over, and it's a cold brew coffee maker. Another reason why it's so adored is it adapts features that are traditionally only found in commercial batch brewers like Fetcos, like programmable pulse frequency control and temperature profiling per pulse what that means is there's just a ton of granularity in this brewer. You can really get into the weeds. You can program each pulse of water and the temperature of each pulse of water for just slightly varying flavor profiles. It has a detachable water reservoir, so you can take that to the sink. It comes with both a flat and a cone style basket, so you can kind of experiment, get the best of both worlds with that. That's nice. There's also a lot of internal sensors on this brewer that know when things aren't right. So if you have a high dose of coffee with a high volume of water and you're using the cone basket, it's gonna say, no, you don't wanna use this basket, put the flat one in. So it's sort of preventing you from making mistakes as well. It's sort of a guided experience. Now, the other thing I like about this brewer is that it has a one-touch operation if you want. So in instant brew mode, all it's gonna do is brew whatever water is in the carafe, and that's it. One touch of the button and you're done. So there doesn't need to be that granularity. You don't have to program a full complicated profile if you don't want to. Two other things about Aiden. Internally, this does have a pump, just like the Ratio 4 does. So you get very consistent flow rates, very consistent temperature. The other thing is a 5-year warranty, just like Technivorm's, and also just like the Ratios as well. What you get in the box is a registration card. If you don't submit that registration, you get a 2-year warranty. If you send that in, you get another 3 years. Last thing I want to mention is the Bluetooth compatibility of the Aiden, which allows it to pair with Fello's app and update the brewer with brew profiles. Fellow has a subscription plan called Fellow Drops. They choose coffees from a variety of roasters. Those roasters can create a brew profile and upload it, and then you can download it straight to your brewer. So all you have to do is determine the right grind size. That's it. And the Aiden is gonna brew just like the roaster wanted you to brew. You've got some potential to brew some really cool cups of coffee that were sort of designed by coffee professionals. There's a lot more to get into with the Aiden, and I don't wanna do that today, but I have a link up above to an in-depth video on the Fellow Aiden if you really want to get into the weeds. So you might be wondering then, what is the best coffee brewer of 2025? Well, I think a better question might be, what is the best coffee brewer for you? If advanced features, all the bells and whistles are what you're after, the Aiden is definitely the one to get. If you want simple one-touch operation, kind of a modern aesthetic, nice and hot, very evenly extracted coffee, definitely consider Ratio. I see Technivorm for the same crowd as the Ratio brewer, simple one-touch operation, but really, Technivorm is about long-term reliability, parts availability for decades to come. If that's most important to you, definitely consider one of those brewers. If you want to know what my personal favorites are, if I were to buy a brewer today, it probably would be the Ratio 4. The features available in the Aiden are maybe a little too deep down the rabbit hole for me, but the Ratio kind of achieves something very similar with a much more simple operation, and I really do like the external reservoir. This has been the best coffee makers of 2025. You can check out all of these magnificent brewers behind me at primacoffee.com. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for joining us this year. Happy brewing.